This episode of Southeast Iowa Today is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix it, clean it, and customize it. McDonald Boatyard of Keota, Iowa, for all your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. For great food, it's your choice family restaurant of Wayland, Iowa. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Try the John Bain sandwich on your next visit. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. Fred also fixes and sells snowblowers. B&B Propane and the family of jet stops. CW Tree Trimming, LLC. We're into your trees, not your wallet. Serving all of Henry County and the surrounding area, and we offer a senior citizen and veteran discount.
Iowa Technology Systems of Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Your one-stop computer tech shop. If you, someone you know, or are a business that is having trouble needing laptop, PC, or business technology help, call us today. Visit iowatechsys.com.
Save the date! It's the Junkin Sisters Shop Hop Christmas Edition, December 5th and 6th, 2025. Shop vintage finds, handmade treasures, and festive holiday decor and eats at participating shops. Check out the Junkin Sisters Shop Hop Facebook page for more details.
Dutch Market and Coffee Talk of Washington, Iowa. Dutch Market can handle all of your grocery needs. They even have a conference room that you can use for free. Coffee Talk's drive-thru is open and ready to serve you coffee, energy drinks, sandwiches, baked goods, and ice cream. They all present the award-winning Southeast Iowa Today. Here's the author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host, John Bain.
Thank you, announcer Cody Roy of NewEnglandDukes.com for your golden pipes and wonderful introduction. I'm back in Mount Pleasant, Iowa at the Henry County Courthouse, where the Henry County Board of Supervisors held their weekly meeting. It's Thursday, November 13th, 2025, and this was on the agenda. Approval of agenda, approval of minutes, County Engineer Jake Hotchkiss weekly updates, approval of resolution temporary speed limit on Old Highway 34, approval of resolution number 33-2025, interfund transfer of $500,000 to secondary roads, approving the appointment of Bryan Messer to the Henry County Board of Health term beginning 1/1/2026, resolution to change Benton Avenue to Benton Road north of Henry Washington Street in Section 5, Jefferson Township, Sheriff McNamee to discuss retirement of K-9 unit and possible replacement. That was moved to a later date. Approval of snow removal bids, supervisor subcommittees, and of course, public comment. The podcast gold that it is.
Are we all right? TMI category? It might be, yeah.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll call this meeting of the Henry County Board of Supervisors on this November 13th, 2025 session. First thing is to approve the agenda. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve the agenda with conversation.
Okay. Is there a second? Second. Then discussion.
Yeah, I think that there was an item 7.
Item 7, we will be removing
or continuing.
Continuing till a later date.
Okay. All right.
With that, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. We have the minutes of November 6th, 2025, presented to us ahead of time. Any corrections?
I have none.
If not, motion to approve. We have a motion,
Second motion.
second. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Jake, you're up, please.
Okay. The first item here is a resolution for a temporary speed limit on Old Highway 34. Resolution 33-2025-20, whereas the county engineer would like to establish a temporary speed limit on Old Highway 34 due to a detour route for bridge construction. The following speed limit is recommended: 45 miles per hour, 400 feet west of Big Creek Bridge, west to Franklin Avenue intersection for both eastbound and westbound traffic. Now therefore be it resolved by the Henry County Board of Supervisors in session this 13th day of November 2025 that the above speed limit be installed as recommended and effective during the construction of the 235th Street Bridge.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Chad's got his hand up.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
So this is a temporary that will be in place during the tenure of the construction?
Yeah, so the bridge on 235th Street or Business 34, when we go to replace that, we're gonna be detouring traffic onto Old 34 that will go around. That's the shortest one. We are gonna try to get signs put up on 34 to try to route truck traffic to stay on 34. But with this side of it, with that extra traffic on that road, we think it'd be better with the shoulders and stuff and everything else that we're dealing with out there, they go with 45. It is currently 45, 400 feet west of the bridge, so we're just extending it to the intersection of the Franklin Avenue. And then once construction's complete, then we pull the signs down. So this is just a temporary one, so I don't have to come back and change it. It's just during construction. So this would be effective right now tentatively on December 1st, if we stick with that closure date.
Okay, that was gonna be my question, because I thought it was already 45, so it's just like.
Yeah, it's 45 until you get just past the bridge.
So that would control the few houses and business that are a little west of the intersection.
Yeah, and there's actually a shorter speed limit, or a 35 over the bridge on the railroad, overpass there, in that section there by Continental. And then it goes up to 45, so we're just gonna continue 45 on out to the intersection.
Okay, good.
No other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No.
We're gonna start it this way, so they can end up down dropping.
It's a resolution, so you guys
Oh,
have.
is this a resolution?
Right,
Okay,
roll call.
motion- roll call?
So Dietrich,
Aye.
Mindy,
Aye.
White.
Aye.
Okay.
While you're signing, I'll just kind of continue on here. So maintenance update, with the holiday, we had kind of a short, five-day window here. On Tuesday, territory operators have been blading, so when we're talking about last week and into this week, they're continuing to work on getting roads prepped for winter. Granted, there are drier conditions still out there, but we're at that point where we get the roads pretty shaped up. So they are continuing working on that. We did rent the skid loader with a flail mower. That work is now complete and the equipment has been returned. So we wrapped up what we were gonna be able to get taken care of at this time. We may look at it again if weather allows us to with a window or something there where we can get another 3 to 4 weeks out of it. Plow truck drivers, we did send a few of them to a winter maintenance operations class in Ainsworth yesterday. That's put on by LTAP. That's our local technical assistance program. So that is a place where a group of different plow drivers get together. They go over some different techniques, some things, some buzzword ideas to look at. So we usually send 2 to 3 guys every year to that, some different guys to rotate it around. And then signs, we were working on various locations, again with the shorter week with the holiday. And then seating, that is starting to slow down, but we were finishing some of that up last week and they are out again today as well. But that's really now we're looking at frost seating at this point. It's just to get the seat out there so it's sitting ready to go for next spring. Miscellaneous construction, I do have a contract for Fremont Avenue, the culvert, so you guys approved the award. The contractor has given that back to us, and so I have that for you to sign. Mark. There's 2.
And when does that start again? On Fremont?
We don't know yet. So now that we have the contract, once we get this signed, then we are going to be able to talk to them in a little more detail about what their schedule is. So. I have the performance bond here, so you can sign on that black line there. That's a duplicate of that. Okay, next item here on miscellaneous is Seneca Companies will be replacing our fuel system, as it stands, next week, starting on Monday, the 17th. And, that is supposed to take a week, for exposure, so we're currently out of gasoline right now, we got that, drawn down to what we could get. And we're finishing up the diesel, we're gonna try to have everything as low as we can get on Friday at our facility. And then on Monday, they are supposed to be in to remove the 2 tanks we have and place the new split tank out there along with our dispensers. And then the software on the IT side of it, I think we've got things kind of the groundwork laid out, ready to go. So we appreciate that, help on getting that stuff going. And then I think Max will be working with Jared this afternoon to get one of the cables corrected so we can hook up to it the way we need to. So outside of my wheelhouse, but things are in motion, working on the background. So that's kind of an update for you. Hopefully we'll get them in and out next week. And in the meantime, anybody that's using our services will have to find their own fueling options for the week until we get a chance to get everything updated and moving in the right direction.
But for the software sample, Mark helped you guys get
Yeah,
that?
Mark took care of it last night. As far as getting some things, there might be some more, hiccups that obviously we never know what kind of hiccups you're gonna have, but I think things are, the groundwork's laid, so we're ready to go for what we're doing.
Good.
235th Street Bridge, again, this is my plug, it's coming. Right now, we're anticipating December 1st. I do have a meeting with them, a pre-construction meeting next Thursday on the 18th. I think it's Thursday's the 18th, yeah. Tuesday is the 18th. So we'll be having a meeting with them to discuss their plan and the schedule, and then I'll hopefully have some more finalized information for you guys on Thursday. Yeah. So that's it, unless you guys have questions for me.
No, we'll have a meeting on Tuesday next week instead of Thursday, because Robin's gone, so we'll get the update
Oh,
on the
okay.
schedule as well.
I may not be there, because I think it's a 9 o'clock meeting on Thursday, so I will probably not be here on Tuesday next week. I'll have to hit you up on that, but yeah, I can follow up there. Again, we'll do press releases when we get official stuff. We've been saying that's what they're telling us. We will do a big blast with the press and everybody, just to make sure we're all on the same page on that, but yeah.
Okay. I had an email from the Southeast Iowa Regional folks. Jared Lassiter sent a note out. Are you familiar with that? Something about STBGs and where we're
Yeah,
at with all of
yeah,
that?
so, counties, there's 4 counties in our region, and we do a rotation. So when we go for, instead of, competing and trying to figure out to go against each other's counties on the regional dollars, we do a rotation, that's based on a funding, a formula. So this year we'll get together and determine which county is gonna put their application for. So typically we're on every 3 to 4 years that we, Henry County, would put an application in. So our next project that we'll be doing is 170th Street, and that's on the plan there. And then this year there'll be another county that will apply. But yes, we do go after those dollars.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought so, but I just wanted to make sure I was clear on that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything else? I don't think so.
Next thing I can do is you go.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next on our agenda is approval of resolution 33-2025, an inter-fund transfer of $500,000 to the secondary road. Resolution 33-2025, whereas it is a desire to authorize the county auditor to transfer sums from the community betterment fund to the secondary roads fund during the 25-26 budget year, and whereas the transfer must be made in accordance to chapter 331.432 of the Code of Iowa, and now therefore be resolved by the Henry County Board of Supervisors as follows. Section 1, the total amount transferred from the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 is the follows. Community Betterment Fund to the Secondary Road Fund of $500,000. Section 2, within 5 working days being notified of the current amount in the fund, the county auditor shall order the transfer of said funds. Section 3, now, withstanding the provisions of section 2 and this resolution, the total transfer shall not exceed the amounts in section 1. Section 4, notwithstanding the provisions of section 2, the amount of any transfer shall not exceed the balance fund in the transferring of the funds. Section 5, the county auditor is directed to correct her books when said operating transfers are made and to notify the treasurer of the amounts transferred. Above, the foregoing resolution is submitted to the Board of Supervisors by the county auditor in accordance to the chapter 331.432 of the Iowa Code. This is dated the 13th day of November 2025. Motion to approve this resolution.
Next resolution for the interfund transfer.
Is there a second?
Yeah, so I was just looking at here,
It's not letting me send it with the correct dates on it.
you have the
or
right dates,
print it.
correct? The 25, 26,
I said something to,
Up there, and yeah.
right there.
Yep.
That should be 25,
This
26.
is correct, yeah.
yeah,
I don't have
it is correct, you just won't let me print it or send it that way.
Okay. Second.
any discussion? If not, roll call vote, or you have?
Yeah, I do have a question, so, this is a regular type of a situation, so, and we did this back in July as well. Or
No,
August.
this is, he gets two type of funds,
Okay.
that we transfer over.
Yeah, so, again, this is, just to interject a little bit, at the budget time when we were presenting back in January, how we use these lost dollars for benefit of the residents on different road projects. So in this case, some of these dollars will go to the Fremont culvert that we're gonna replace. But this is a support that you guys had, essentially approved at budget time, that there was the money to do it. And then at some point, it was just a request that I make to go ahead and make that transfer. It can be done at any time. Some of it depends on when you have the balance in loss to make sure that you have the amount to transfer. So if there would be technically an issue with, something else unforeseen comes up and you say, hey, we don't have quite that much to do, then that's something you guys would communicate with me on making changes to it. So right now, since we're moving forward with that project, I wanna make sure the money's there.
Okay, and just so everybody knows, lost is where that's coming from, right? So local option sales tax?
Yeah, so the last, several years, probably close to 10 years, you guys have been, allocating some lost dollars to the road department to help with, our shoulder pull projects. We're going out to rebuilding gravel roads, to actual construction projects on the local level that we've been utilizing. One year we used those dollars to help with our rock crushing at the quarry. So there is, we try to lay that out at the budget time when I present it to you, what
Okay.
we're gonna try to use those dollars for.
All right, I have to better understand that, thank you.
Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Dietrich,
Yes.
Nadine,
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Resolution approved.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Moving on, next thing is approving the appointment of Bryan Messer to the Henry County Board of Health, term beginning January 1, 2026. Katie, would you like to speak to this, no?
I think that Mr. Messer would be a good candidate. He attends most of our Board of Health meetings already, so he's kind of been up to speed as far as what we're doing in our organization. He's sat in through some of our discussion on strategic planning, which we've been doing for the last several months. He had expressed interest prior to Mrs. Savage's term expiring about any openings on the Board of Health, and at the time, we didn't have any, but with this opening come up, Mrs. Savage has served 2 terms now, and she is a firm believer in term limits, and I respect that, so we have this opening, and this would be a good fit, someone who's engaged already.
This was the first I knew about it when I saw the agenda, and then we were gonna
So I had sent emails to both Robin, I've talked to Paul, I sent emails to you 3 saying there were going to be openings, and I've not gotten a response.
normally we do this towards the end of the year, I mean, not this early in this time, so. I would like to maybe wait on this appointment. Reason being is there has been making sure that no one else has expressed interest. Nothing against Bryan. I know he did a great job, but, we normally have, this way we do it, other people might reach out to us knowing their openings too. Any other comments?
I'm looking back through emails, Katie. I don't have any emails in reference to this situation, so if you can maybe follow up
I'll
with that.
forward it to you
that'd be
when I
great.
get back to the office. I had
Sure.
also been in conversation with our HR representative who said that it did not need to be posted, which is why it wasn't posted.
Yeah, that's true. That is correct. It does not need to be.
And Robin was included on those emails as well.
Yep. And it had supervisors on it.
It did.
It did. It had Paul's supervisor's name.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it,
Okay.
that's the case. Sorry. Anything else on that one? We'll move on. We have a resolution 34-2025 to change, Benton Avenue to Benton Road north of Henry Washington Street in section 1 of Jefferson Township. Whereas section 3 of the Henry County Iowa Rural Addressing System Ordinance requires the E911 Board recommends and the Henry County Board of to the Henry County Board of Supervisors approve this assignment of the road name to the unincorporated areas of Henry County, and whereas the E911 Board met on the 5th day of November 2025 to recommend Benton Avenue from Henry Washington Street north to Washington County line be renamed as Benton Road, and whereas the Henry County Board of Supervisors have reviewed and the impact of this road name change shall be on the entire E911 addressing system and have found it to be in conformance to the said with the system, and now therefore be resolved by the Henry County Board of Supervisors that hereby approve the changing Benton Avenue from Henry Washington Street north to Henry Washington County line be renamed as Benton Road, approved on this 13th day of November. This is a, we have one house on this street, and there's some confusions about the addressing when it comes time for deliveries and things. Since the E911 board says it's okay, Chad, you wanna take the lead?
Yeah, the 911 board, looked at it, read it, listened to the desires of the homeowner. 911 addressing doesn't properly address his home territory, so it could potentially cause problems with emergency vehicle responses, fire department responses, things like that. Since it only involves the one person on that road, and that it involves like 150 feet of Henry County, so the 911 board commission agreed with the need to have properly addressed location to that home and go from there. So they recommended the name change as stated.
All right. Roll call.
I would make the
that
motion to create.
Second.
Yeah, I would second the motion to approve the resolution.
Any other discussion?
No.
Hearing none, roll call please.
Dietrich,
Yes.
Lindy,
Yes.
White.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we are removing item 7 at the present time, and going to 8, the reinstatement of Sherry Boffman as an MEI. Need some paperwork on that?
Nope, just to reinstate, and then when we get done here, if you do approve it, then I send the minutes on to medical exam.
She was removed for a short time for reasons, and now capable to be able to come back and be an MEI. So a motion to approve the reinstatement of Sherry Boffman as an MEI.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that motion.
Any other discussion?
She's still current with training and
Yes.
and
She
She
everything
just
of
came
that
back from the
nature.
state conference.
So with the addition of her, how many do we have? 3?
No, there's more.
is it six?
Six, I
I
think.
wanna
yeah.
say six.
6 total.
Six.
5 or 6, yes, 6, I think, yeah.
Yeah, six.
Okay.
We have that motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, none. Going on, we opened bids last week for the snow removal, and Chad has been yeoman's work on this and got all the information together for us. So Chad, I'll let you explain what your procedure's been.
I'll just try to break it down to give an apples to apples comparison, the best, to my ability here. The bids offered were M&B Lawn Care and Landscaping LLC of Mount Pleasant, and JBC, Jim Barton Construction also of Mount Pleasant. The bids were broke down for snow removal only, just the service of pushing snow. There was a pretty significant difference of M&B had a snow push only $851 per occurrence on all locations involved. The 6 locations versus JBC had a bid of $1,495. So it's a pretty sizable difference on the push only. Then if there was to be a treatment, a surface treatment of salt or sand, that was in addition to that figure. So basically, if we go with a snow push and a treatment of salt, for all locations involved, it would be $1,802.25 from M&B Lawn Care versus $2,620, utilizing the estimated tonnage of product used and everything like that. So breaking it down, like I said, to the best of my ability, there were significant differences there. I guess we're trying to save money. We want the same service from either one of the companies, and that's what the breakdown and trying to dissect it a little bit deeper into it was. So I guess I would make a motion to go with M&B Lawn Care at $1,802 for salt applications per occurrence.
I'd
along
second
with
that motion.
Along with the snow removal effort, so.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
I think Chad's done a good job of breaking that down for us. We have a pretty good analysis of what we're looking for.
Yes, excellent, and thank you for doing that.
Yep.
With that, all those in favor of the motion, say aye. Oh, you have
I got, and in the event that the parking lots didn't need treatment, that would be a cost savings of that product then too. But, we gotta include some ice treatment type thing if need be. And, so I just wanna clarify that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Subcommittees.
I had no subcommittees, but I've been in conversation with the audit team from ISAC numerous times over the course of the last week, referencing our audit as well as follow-up, and we should be getting some more information here in a couple of weeks, and that will be a closed session so that we can follow up with the department heads as well as some more detailed information that we can work with.
Chad, do you have anything?
I did not have this one.
I did not either. Public comments. Leland?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so last week, after I got done trying to hand out those bully-free zone stickers and nobody took one, then Donna Byers sitting behind me and maybe kind of scolded me, I don't know, said there's a lot of good things happen here in Henry County, and she's absolutely right. That's the truth. A lot of good people yet, and a lot of good things happen. But I'm thinking back 20, 25 years ago, and we didn't have these problems in here. We had good people staffing these offices and whatever, and everybody got along. And I'm gonna mention this camera again hidden. And I happen to be talking to a person up at the state level, because I think I'm gonna need help here later on with my issue. And they said, when that camera was discovered, there should have been a criminal investigation right then, and there wasn't. And so now we don't know who done it, and worse than that, we don't know who didn't do it. It could be anybody in here that's part of that. We don't know, you know, the old auditor's gone, the old IT guy's gone. We don't know if that's a done deal. It still ought to be looked at. Okay, so anyhow, so then I still remember October 16, when me and a couple other people and John Bain got scolded for comments and recording and stuff. And the auditor said we need to go to her to get the facts. Well, November 3rd, I did. I came in here to vote, and then I went over to her office, and I don't know. She seemed confused about what I wanted, but, you know, if I got something wrong in the comments, I want to know about it, and then I'll correct it. So one of the first things she told me was, and this was a concern of mine, is who gave out Vicky's phone number to that anonymous caller. And she told, Miss Dietrich told me up there, she did not give out Vicky's number. She would never do that. She didn't even have her number. Is that correct?
That's not what I said, but go ahead with your comment.
No, if that's not what you said.
That's not what I said, and I have proof of that upstairs because I had two
Okay,
employees.
then I'll-
No, I had two employees upstairs that did listen. Okay?
Okay. All right, I'll back off of that then. That was my understanding. But then she went on to say that she also got one of those nasty letters. And of course I knew that, but she called Vicky and told her she had it, and she texted it to her. And I've got a copy of that. So if she's got that, then that falls under the Freedom of Information Act. We should be able to get any of that information we want about that, and I'm still gonna pursue that. So anyhow, I don't know, she mentions, you know, what she puts in the paper, KLJ comments, and then the Hawkeye, she mentions transparency, integrity, dedication, returning to respect and truth. And I'm all about that. It's time we do that. But, yeah, I'm still working on this. That letter, that stupid letter, that's just childish.
I agree, completely.
So anyhow,
You find out who did it and you let us know. Because I don't have to know who did it.
sure, yeah.
Yeah? And I told you I didn't have your phone number because you asked me that.
Okay, I don't remember asking that, but that's
You
okay.
did.
Okay,
Thank you.
can I expect some answers then?
Those are not.
I gave you a list of questions.
Questions for what?
They're on the paper. I gave
Yeah,
them to you last week.
Yeah, and what was it?
Well, you've got the paper,
I know
don't
you.
you?
Tell me what it was on that paper that you sent in.
I don't have it with me right now,
Okay, so.
but you've got it.
Anybody else?
Yes, I had a question regarding the changing of Benton Avenue to Benton Road. Just to get it clear, you are that 150-foot stretch of road. You are changing the name from Benton Avenue to Benton Road, not to Washington or anything like that. Well, I got that wrong in the last edition of the Union. I'm sorry about that. I'll get that updated on the digital version.
There's a map here if you wanna take a look at it or anything like that.
I did.
Little strip there's Avenue. They're gonna make that strip to be road so that this whole thing is Benton Road.
Okay. Yeah, that was. I looked that up on Google Earth, but this makes it a lot easier to understand. Thank you.
Ron? Did you have something? I think you were.
Yeah, kind of. You know, we've just come off the longest shutdown, government shutdown that we've had in history. And the government's kind of like our families. The glue that holds the families together are dying. We're now the old people in the family. It's up to us to hold it together. I see you're grinning there. I think you agree with me. But you know, we have spent so much time tearing each other down recently. We don't have the Ike Eisenhowers. We don't have the Harry Trumans anymore. They're gone. We got some people now in our families, in government, that we need to try to guide them, work with them, maybe teach them the old ways. And what's my famous words, Mark? Common sense. Okay. That's all I've got to add today.
Melanie?
A couple things. One, there is a Board of Adjustment meeting this afternoon. I've never been to one, but I plan to be there at 4 o'clock if anyone else is interested. There's 2 items on the agenda. One is a cell tower on 218 and 160th, and the other is a substation, which I've been diligently trying to find information about, that will be out on Old Highway 34 just west of Franklin Avenue. So I have some concerns about that. Haven't been through the Board of Adjustment process, but I believe we need to stick to what the ordinance says and involve other people such as the Planning and Zoning Commission. So if anybody's interested, that's upstairs here at 4. Also yesterday I was in the room here for over 2 hours as these guys canvassed the vote. I learned a lot. Robin answered some questions I didn't know about. So I did record it and upload it to the Henry County Watchman YouTube if anybody wants to sit through it. But I think it's important as we get involved and be informed that we also learn what the processes are, and we're all kind of learning together. So thank you.
Dorothy? Dorothy?
I don't have
I think you had your hand up. Tracy?
Tracy Lamb from the Hawkeye. Dumb question, but I'm not above it. What's in MEI?
Medical investigator, medical.
Medical investigator. Okay. That's what I assumed, but I didn't want to do that, so thank you.
Anybody else? Kelly?
Mine is just to ask if you guys had any questions about the court order abatement that I received.
I think you've answered some of those questions. I know Chad had a question for you, so that was a court order abatement, obviously, for the city.
It was a court order for the city of Mount Pleasant, and I just want to explain what the difference is between the New London one and the Mount Pleasant one. So the Mount Pleasant one was court ordered. Court says you gotta abate it, you gotta cancel tax sale, you gotta refund the money to the investor, all that good stuff. The New London one was, New London City actually purchased that property, and it was up to you guys if you wanted to abate the back taxes on it, not me. This one, I don't have a choice. So that's the difference between the 2 different abatements.
So if you don't have a choice, then we don't have a choice.
That's correct.
That shall word, right?
And Kelly had contacted me asking me if I thought that needed to be channeled through the resolution process and everything. That just seemed to convolute everything. I mean, if it was already a court order on record, a directive to her, as what you said, it just, what do we do? I mean, how do we do anything different?
But,
So.
yeah, it's more of a informational only.
Yeah.
I wanna make you guys aware of it.
Anybody else? Katie?
I'd like to know what our timeline is for appointment of a new Board of Health member, because we have 6 to 7 weeks. So when would you like me to return with this? And then, did you all receive Mr. Messer's application that I sent you to review?
Yes. It is here on
So
the
you did
7th of
receive
November.
that?
I did get the application.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was out of town this weekend for reasons, but I did not see it.
Okay. I can make a copy.
One more.
I think it's important to consult Iowa Code 137 to see how Board of Health members are appointed. It does say that they are appointed by the Board of Supervisors. So I'm just curious, not only for the Board of Health, but also we have, I don't know what the number is, a lot of boards in the county, how those members are chosen. So is there something that we can start working on as far as a process? Because I know there are several other members on other boards that are up. So I think it's important to start working on that, because as a community member, I've never seen that posted as far as like, do we let the community know that there's openings coming up? Now would be a great time to do that. So is there some sort of public notice or maybe some articles or a video or something we can put out? Okay.
There's no requirement for public notice. Our Board of Health members, when you go on our website, we publish all of our minutes monthly. We also publish our agendas, and all of our members' terms and when they are expired are on the bottom of that.
So all the boards are also on the December 31st Board of Supervisors minutes, and so I was perusing that as well and seeing the other openings. So I feel like even though it's not required, I feel like it's a good community service to make people aware, because there's probably other people that would like to be on a variety of boards, but if you don't know and it's just who knows who, then it's much more selective than covering a broad range of our community. So I feel like we have 25,000-ish residents. We need to make that available. So that's my degree in marketing speaking, that we need to publicize
in that air, if anybody knows of anybody that's interested in it, yeah, spread that word to.
In the past, we have asked the media to help us.
Right.
And also, we could put it on our website, and we, I think at one time, we even had it in as a legal notice too. So, Leland?
Yeah, anytime there's a new hire for any reason, somebody's not elected, I'd suggest a very thorough background check. And I say that because you know the mess we got into with the IT guy. No background check, no security clearance, nothing, just the old buddy system, come along and then look at the mess we got.
Anybody else?
That a Board of Adjustment meeting at 4 p.m. Am I okay to come to that?
Yes.
All right, excellent. That's pretty much all.
Seeing no other comments, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, you're now adjourned.
Thanks for watching. I truly believe we mined some podcast gold today. Remember, the public servants of Henry County, Iowa take care of a lot of business you as a constituent probably don't want to deal with. Thanks to my sponsors. Thanks to Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Your Choice Family Restaurant, Girling Repair, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops, CW Tree Trimming LLC, Iowa Technology Systems, Junkin Sisters Holiday Shop Hop, December 5th and 6th, Dutch Market, and Coffee Talk. And thank you for watching. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.